This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kylie.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
Okay, is it just me, or does it feel like the world is in chaos?
I'm really giddy right now. Why are you making me
Why?
laugh right
I
now?
don't
I was
know.
just
What am
like
I
cracking
doing?
up. I know. Because I think
sitting
you really
here.
like me.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, because I glanced over at you right before the intro and you gave me like a little smirk. Like,
I did?
I
Oh.
I like you.
I do like you.
I know. I'm getting emotional now because
Oh,
I'm like, oh my
honey.
God, she does love me. And I got a weird like sign of it
Oh,
right
okay.
now. I don't
Well,
know why.
that's good.
And
I don't know.
you know what?
What?
What'd you say?
Okay, I
don't
wasn't
even know what
even
you said.
listening. I couldn't.
Yeah, I had no
you
idea
were
what you even
distracted
said.
by
Yeah.
my-
Okay, what'd you say? Start it
I
over.
said, is it just me, or do you feel like the world is in chaos right now?
Hey, is this okay? I thought move that please. The dog. I thought the dog was chewing on the cord. She's chewing it on the cord. She's gonna chew the cord. Yeah, maybe folks, put it on pause. Maybe we should start this whole
she
thing
moved
over.
it
Okay,
herself.
she moved it. Stupid. I swear this dog is gonna give me an anxiety attack.
I'm surprised.
What'd you say again?
She has. Oh my God! For the third
I can't.
time,
I'm not listening
this
today.
podcast is in chaos.
I thought you loved me so much I don't listen anymore. Okay, what'd you say? Start it over. I can't
Oh
remember.
my gosh!
The world's in chaos.
Do
Why?
yes?
Why is the word in chaos?
Oh my gosh! Well, it started. There was the LA fires.
Yeah.
And then depending what side you are politically, we have inauguration day tomorrow. And then TikTok got banned.
Well, who cares what side politically there is inauguration?
Well, no.
day tomorrow.
If you're on the left, you're pissed. If you're on the right, you're happy. So if you're on the left, it's in chaos.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay.
Right. And then TikTok got banned.
Well,
and that just throws everybody in the U.S. into a spiral.
Well, 150 million people are on TikTok.
I
got bigger problems. Let's go backwards for
Okay.
a second. I'm in chaos right
Why
now.
are you in chaos?
I got the most painful, nastiest zit in my nose when I woke up
You
this morning.
do?
Oh my God. You know how you get nose zits?
I don't know, but
Fucking hurts.
I did not know that.
They
You kept
kill.
that to yourself this morning.
I know. I just took 4 Advil before we got on the air
It's that
here.
bad?
Yeah, because my
Jeez.
nose hurts that bad. I'm like, I got to get this pain away.
Oh.
I mean, if Nora hits me in the nose with a paw
You're
or
done.
a bone today, I'm freaking done.
That seems very dramatic.
I know, but I don't know. People out there get nose zits.
I
They
mean,
fucking
yes.
hurt. Like they're inside. You never can see them or find them,
But they hurt.
but they hurt. If I let it go a day or two, it'll probably pop out. But I don't.
Oh.
I gotta like. My doctor told me to swab my nose if I ever get them with Neosporin.
That
So
seems to help.
I haven't done that yet, but that's what
Oh,
I
you
will
did?
do.
Well, help yourself here.
Right. I'll do it after the podcast.
Right. I'm going to wait 45 minutes and then I'll do it. After I woke up 3 hours ago dying.
Oh, okay.
Let me wait 4 hours.
Right. Okay. Anyway, it's
Anywho.
chaos everywhere.
Oh, my God.
People have nose zits. Everybody's going crazy.
Right.
Trump's doing a Trump rally in
I find it funny he's doing a Trump rally the day before he's inaugurated.
because he's there in Washington. It's
I
in
mean, you should
Washington
like
D.C. It's like a celebration
Nora.
thing because everybody can't go to the inauguration. Probably.
Well, you can't because it's like indoors and.
I
yeah.
find it funny they're bagging Trump because he's doing it in. My mom was even calling me, telling me this. Can't believe he's doing it indoor.
He doesn't have a
wanna be-
choice.
Well, he doesn't want the people to be cold.
Well, no, apparently there's like record lows tomorrow.
Right.
Like it's going to be extremely cold outside. I don't think
I
it
find it
comes
funny
from
everybody's
him.
bagging him to have an indoor, and Ronald Reagan did it.
I don't think it comes from him.
Would you? And my mom made a good point. I go, would Dad want to be out there in the freezing cold for
Right.
hours and hours? No.
Right.
and,
Biden will die.
That's
Like
the day.
he can't handle that.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be bundled up. Remember they
Just
showed
remember
after.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
with
He's
the
all.
mittens.
He's like, yeah. Why?
He can't handle another one of those.
Why be tortured outside? Just do it
Right.
inside and be warm.
I know. Why do we do an outside inauguration
I mean, if
in
the wea- if-
January in DC?
Right. If the
That
weather.
just seems stupid.
If the weather's like 60 or
Is
70.
it ever that in January in
I,
DC?
I don't think so. It looks like it's
Right.
always fucking cold. But
Why don't we just do it inside?
Right. I mean, things are changing. Just do it inside. And security, it's way better.
Way
because
better.
You don't have to,
Maybe for all we know, that's why they did it, because they got some hot tips that people are coming for them. So they're like, we're moving
Actually,
this
they-
bitch inside.
actually, they could have done
And they're just telling us
easily
it's because of the cold.
because it's cold and you're
Right.
thinking of people.
They're thinking of, yeah. So it
But-
very well could be for other reasons.
I mean, who really
I
cares?
don't give
if
a
it's
crap
in
where
the-
it's at.
Yeah.
I could care less.
You're probably not going to hardly watch it. We're going to see clips
not
of
gonna
it.
watch any of
yeah,
it, I can
it's probably
guarantee
be
you
in the
that.
daytime, right?
I think.
We're
I don't know.
We're West Coast time, so probably, in the daytime.
I mean, you might watch it because you're home all day.
Yeah, that's all I do is watch
And
the
then
news.
yeah. Right. So you'll probably catch it.
Yeah, so Trump will be in and Biden will be out.
I was saying this the other day. At what point, let's just hypothetically say that some like catastrophe happens to the US tomorrow.
Yep.
At what point, like who handles that?
I think it's
At what-
technically at like 2:00.
Okay, so
something
like
like-
before 2, it's Biden.
Once
After 2, it's
he
Trump.
has to get sworn in.
Sworn in. So it just
It could be like within. I mean, I'm sure they would say, okay, let's push this to Trump.
I mean, but
Unless there has to be like a decision made in one
Right.
hour. It's
it
not
could
going to happen.
I mean, I doubt the chances are low, but I'm just was curious. I'm like, at what point does it? Whose
I'm
job
sh-
is it?
I would think officially probably it is Trump's because it's probably like
I mean, if it's something
they
that's
probably
going to
did the
affect
paperwork the
for
day
the,
before. Yeah.
the rest of
Well, Trump had a big hand in getting those hostages back. Biden team and Trump team did it together supposedly, but everybody knows it wasn't the Biden team. I hate to say it because Trump comes in, the
well,
hostages get
supposedly
released.
Biden had those plans
Yeah. Okay.
18 months ago.
Does anybody believe that?
No.
No. I don't
Why
think
didn't
a
it get
person
done
that-
18 months
I
ago?
don't think there's a
then?
person out there that believes that. So, anyway, it's time for that old geezer to get out of there. I'm not
Bless his
saying
heart.
I'm Republican or Democratic, but
You're
it
not.
sounds like a Republican. So,
Right.
So fine. I don't care. I'm sick of the blahness that I think we need some change and some action out there.
Right.
Some normalcy. And people be dropping this. It's crazy. All the Starbucks is dropping the DEI.
I'm finding this very interesting.
Now, if you go into Starbucks, you can't just take a shit and not buy anything. You have to buy something.
to buy a coffee and then take a
Right.
shit.
Right. This is why the comedian was like, you can still use the bathroom. You can still shit on the floor at Starbucks and shoot up heroin as long as you buy a latte first.
Right.
Because people are just taking advantage of that.
Oh, hell
you know?
yeah.
I mean, me personally, I knew that I could go to the bathroom there.
I know.
And I'm not.
I would. No, actually, I would still feel bad and buy something because I felt bad.
You still like you have to buy a
Yes.
bottle of
like
water or something.
I'm using your
Oh,
bathroom.
I
will
did
buy
that in
a
LA
coffee.
because I was not only you can't just go sit in Starbucks, you have to buy something too. You can't just sit and do your work there. You
Oh,
have to buy something.
Also wise.
That's what they're saying.
Because people sit there for hours and use
Yeah.
their Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Hours.
Yeah, all day. So people have
Yeah.
meetings there and stuff all day. But when I'm in LA, I'll go to a Starbucks because I know when I had to go to the bathroom and fix my hair and take a shit, whatever.
Okay.
And I went out and bought a bottle of water because the girl's standing right there. I was like,
Watching
I'll have
you.
a bottle of water. And when she's not watching me because they don't care in LA. They really don't care. I'm sure people coming off the street all the time
Ugh.
and mess things up.
Right.
But,
Think about
you know-
those. Like poor employees have to clean those bathrooms after the people that
Right. All of a sudden,
don't care and just take.
Zuckerberg all of a sudden doesn't not putting tampons in the male bathroom.
I mean, as a male, do you want
Uh,
to see tampons in there?
I don't want anything to do with a tampon ever.
Right.
Like, I don't want to see them. I don't even want to see them in their packages.
Right.
So why do I want them in the men's room, or why do I want
I
them
know.
in? Why are they in my men's room?
Right.
That's why I usually have the bathroom. There's tampons everywhere in my bathroom. Everywhere. They're in the
Everywhere. They're just
Once in a
everywhere.
while, I pull one out of the dog's throat.
I
That's
mean,
so
that
disgusting.
has sadly happened.
Oh, we had a party. I said this a while ago, and don't know who. Obviously, a female.
Obviously.
Wrap their tampon up in toilet paper and put it in the trash can because they don't
Right.
want to flush them down the toilet. I get it.
I get that
Thank
as
you
well.
very much. But go ahead and flush it if you want to. I don't care.
Well, some houses can't handle it. Ours
Right.
can, thankfully.
Right. So anyway, Nora gets in there. I'm like, "What are you chewing on? What are you chewing on?" I go and I grab it out of her throat, and it's a bloody. I was
Right.
gonna die.
That
I was gonna die. It was so gross, and so all guys hate that. So don't put
Right.
them in there. Well, all this stuff's gonna stop. All these
I
companies
know.
are
I am finding
changing.
that interesting that
Yeah,
that stuff's
because it's
all
costing
changing.
because it's
Oh my
costing
God, I
so
can
much money for
only imagine.
bullshit. Hire the right good people for the job. Who cares what race they are?
Right.
What
I
if they're a man,
agree.
woman? If they have a wiener or a what do they call that? A vagina? And whatever they have,
Gina.
hire them if they're good for the job and they meet the qualifications. If they can't drag a fire hose across the town
Oh yeah, that's
and
the,
put out a
that's the
fire and you're too weak, then you probably shouldn't be a frontline firefighter.
Valid
Maybe
point.
you can work at the back end of it
I
and
mean,
turn on the
it's
water.
very true.
You can have other jobs, but you shouldn't be a front line.
If you can't
If
handle,
you can't
the
handle
equipment.
hand-to-hand combat, wrestling a fucking 200-pound Russian guy and
Good Lord.
taking him down to try to
Correct,
kill
it's
him,
true.
you probably shouldn't be on the front line fighting him
I agree.
because you need to have
Because you're putting your
hand-to-hand
well,
combat
one,
too.
you're putting yourself in danger, and then somebody else that's going to try to save you, and like,
Yeah. And if you're a woman, like G.I. Jane, I know that was bullshit and she was too little and everything. But if you're a woman that can do that,
awesome,
Good.
good for you.
you're on the front line.
Right.
You know, if you can
You
beat
can't.
ass,
Let's find a different job
maybe,
for you.
yeah, just find a different job for you. But to say that they just should be because, you
right.
know,
Equal.
yeah.
Everyone deserves an equal
Trust me,
opportunity.
there's plenty of
give
guys
them
that
the chance to do it. If they can do it, great. If they
Yeah.
can't, let's get you out of danger and the people that are going to be in danger trying to save you
there's
because you
plenty
can't
of
do it.
guys that can't handle it either.
Also, should not be in there if they can't either.
There's a lot of feminine looking
Feminine
men that don't want to do that either. They want to work as a secretary or whatever.
Right.
So I'm just saying. Do they do that too? That, you know how they have a women in the military? They say, "Oh, guys need to be secretaries and stuff."
I don't know.
I think they do and make it equal. There's a lot of guy nurses nowadays.
I would think so.
You know, used to in the old days, there was never a guy nurse. You were never.
Right.
That,
I
that
would
was a
think
big
maybe
joke.
if you're
That
like
was a big-
hurt in combat,
that was a
they're
big joke
like,
on the
let's put you
Fockers.
behind a desk. Yes,
Yeah,
because he's the male nurse.
I personally know a lot of guy nurses now.
Yeah, I like a male nurse.
Yeah, they can.
I don't blame actually like people getting into the nursing field because there's less liability
Why?
than a doctor. You're in the same medical field. You don't have to deal with all the bullshit of a doctor.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are PAs now.
Yeah, because you
physician
also don't
assistants.
have to deal with all the bullshit of a doctor.
Yeah, and they make good money and everything.
Yeah, but you
too.
get to be like just as.
Does a PA have to have separate liability insurance?
Probably yes.
I think they probably
They're
do.
underneath.
Probably not
a
as high
doctor,
as
though, but yeah.
the practice does.
Yeah.
But
I would think yes.
and I would think maybe the doctor you work under pays for that. Probably. I'm sure
probably in
I'm
like
sure
a
it's
contract.
negotiated
Yeah.
in your contract, or
They
they
might
just
have to have a separate policy themselves, but
look that up for me. Find that out for me.
I'm not gonna do it now. But okay.
What was I just saying
I don't
about
know.
the
Military, men and women in the military,
Yeah,
tampons in a men's bathroom.
Yeah, I had a thought and I just totally lost it all
Oh,
about that
okay.
whole thing. So maybe the zit in my nose is going to my brain or something like
Wow.
that.
Sepsis from your zip.
Yeah. Hey, the biggest thing is right now on the news, and I think that's all the media can talk about until this inauguration, is the ban on TikTok is today.
Right.
Or
I
whatever.
think I find
We're
it
blacking
funny.
out TikTok.
It's done. It's put out. That people didn't actually believe it would happen first and foremost. So like, it's not happening. They're not doing it. It's not going away.
It's a fucking app.
And then it went away, and then it's like devastating people's lives, and I
Right.
don't understand it.
How are we supposed to make money in our business? Let's go do it on Instagram.
Well, here's the funny thing: is that every other business also does not have it. So they're not like you're
Right.
not like 1 in a million that got it taken away. Everybody got it taken away.
Yeah. It'll come back. It's gonna have
And
a
I
different
don't.
owner.
I am not a TikTok person. I like refuse to get on it. So I don't
We
understand.
tried
the
it for a
obsession
while,
with
but it was too.
Well, I
too
don't.
cumbersome.
And then the fact that when I heard that like China is behind it and just sitting there taking your information off your phone, I was like, I definitely don't want
Well,
it
they're
now.
also taking the young people's information, and they
Right.
put
So,
young
like,
people these days.
and
They'll type
people are,
anything on the
like,
phone.
fighting that they're taking away their freedom of speech. I'm like, literally, there's somebody with your name in China being you.
Or whatever.
Like,
We're trying to tap into your bank
what
account.
are you more worried about right now?
Yeah.
Like, where's our priorities?
The priorities.
And
they'd
they're
rather
not
put a
taking away
dance
your
video.
freedom of speech. You have like 17 other apps you can say it on.
Right. So if TikTok is gone, let's just hypothetically, everybody switches back to Instagram, which they're already
Right.
on anyway.
Right.
Because they post
On
all
all of
three
the
sites
platforms,
anyway.
yes.
So you just don't get it posted on TikTok,
TikTok.
which happens to be the biggest. I
Right.
get it. But
So I'm just like,
that will just make Instagram the biggest.
Right.
Or whatever, a lot of these kids are signing up for this it's called Red something, and it's another Chinese,
Oh my God.
and they're doing it just to spite, so they're putting their information in anyway.
Oh my God, I can't. And then I
Yeah.
have to say, I was listening to Jackie Schimmel's podcast the other day, and she the same as like, I don't like TikTok. I don't give a crap about it. I've never posted anything. She's like, maybe my podcast has. I personally never have. She goes, because one of the things is, she goes, you have no right to your own property. So anything you post up there is free range for anybody to take and use.
Yeah,
Like there's
they
no
sell it.
Yeah.
to
So
other
she's
companies.
like, why would anybody want that? So like, why aren't we thinking?
Yeah,
Let's use our brains, guys.
I mean, if an American company buys it and starts it, or maybe they start a new company and stuff, everybody's going to sign up and do it because they're addicted to it. First of all,
I know. Like, if this is the worst thing that's happening in your day, drive down to LA and tell me if it gets worse.
yeah,
Like,
right,
come on.
right,
It's TikTok. It's a fucking app.
right. And it's not really taking your freedom of speech away.
It's not.
It's the app just shut down.
Right.
You can still go on you can still
No,
go
you can do
outside and
anything,
call
yeah.
everybody effer if you want to.
Right. Post it anywhere else. I don't like.
It's a strange thing.
It's the weirdest thing to me that this is like worst part of 2025 for a majority of people.
Right. But they're just they keep saying people's businesses. But if they're all, like you said, if they're all
I
off,
mean, we can both legally say we have never gone to a business based off their TikTok advertising. So,
but a lot of young, like
the younger generation,
under
yes.
30s do that. They live on that.
I know,
You know,
but
they're having a sale. Let's go down, and you know,
but also all these businesses post again to another. It posts to Instagram.
They
It
post
posts
all
to
three.
Facebook. It posts to everything.
yeah,
So
Twitter,
it's not ruining your business,
right?
Because nobody else is seeing it except for
Twitter seemed to survive the downfall when they got bought.
yeah.
You know, so this is going to
Oh,
get
and
bought.
everyone banned it for
Yeah.
a smidge, and now it seems to be back.
They say now tomorrow Trump's going to do an executive order and do a 90-day negotiation thing and maybe start it back up or do whatever and try to
So are people
work
going
this
to
out.
actually start liking Trump then, or no?
No.
They're still going to ban Trump, even
Yeah,
though
no.
he gave you back TikTok.
But Trump
Or did Biden do that?
yeah, it wasn't. But it was Biden's bill to get rid of it, even though Trump wanted to get rid of it, and then actually, weirdly, that it actually happened on inauguration. That's odd.
I know, the
Why-
day
who picks-
before.
Who picks that date? You know,
Right.
But you know, there's a reason the Supreme Court says something because they know they're getting these young kids information.
Right. There's also a reason that the Supreme Court banned all the senators and House of Representatives from using TikTok on their work phones.
yeah, because
they're not allowed to.
Right.
Like, come on. It's infuriating to me how,
Yeah.
like, idiot.
Well, nowadays
Ugh.
the younger generation, they'll type anything on their phone.
Oh, my God, I know.
And then
They'll put anything.
For
They'll put-
example,
yeah.
River will answer anybody who calls his phone, and once
my
you
God, I know.
once you answer, they got a bunch of
yep,
information. I
yes.
think. And they
It's
wait-
like they need you to say a
and
word.
they wait for you to say something, but and I say, River, what are you talking? He goes, well, I like to mess with them. I go,
Well, they're
just
messing
don't.
with you.
I go, just hang up on them and don't call them. But I think they should they're making a law about TikTok. They should make a law to call your,
Oh my
you know,
God.
crank call your cell
I
phone. Or whatever you
get,
want to call it. Not
like-
crank call,
I
but
get like 3 to 5 a day.
yeah.
Right now.
And
It
I'll-
came in hot
I'll
January
notice-
1st.
I'll notice if I do some kind of like social media stuff, I'll get like 2 calls. I'm like, how am I getting these calls? Like random calls
Yeah.
from, you know, from Maryland or something or whatever, you know, I don't know what state you would do, but you know, or Beatty, Nevada, you know,
Oh,
or
yeah, I get a lot
Eli,
from-
Nevada, or
from-
whatever it's
from
called.
Beatty.
Is it Ely, Nevada? I don't even
Eli.
know.
Eli.
Beatty.
Eli.
Yeah.
Eli. I'm like,
Eli Rivers.
I know. That's why I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
Some guy a long time ago, I used to go by the name Eli Rivers because I didn't want to. I figured, oh, I got kids and stuff. I don't want to go by my acting real name, so I make this
I'm
name
going to
up,
have a
right?
stage name.
So I made this stage name, which a lot of people do. Don't get me wrong.
They do.
A lot of them have stage names.
Oh, do they do?
But yeah, or they go there, but their stage name's still their middle name, so I got to do a stage name. It's not their legal name.
Right.
But anyway, this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, are you Eli Rivers?" I was like, at the pool.
Haven't
I'm
heard
like,
that in a while.
How did you even recognize me? But apparently, I was in a short film that was
A very
used,
long time ago.
used it either at TMCC or UNR. I'm not sure which one. He had said it, but I wasn't really listening because I was like, "What's this? Because this guy know me?" Apparently, they used the film to do some
Right.
studies on it. And he goes, "Oh, I recognize you." I'm like,
Hopefully
what?
he enjoyed your
I doubt
performance.
it.
Well, this is how you don't act.
He
Just
didn't say
joking.
anything about my performance, but he, you know, when you're an actor and you look back at the old stuff, you have
Oh,
so many like
God.
either regrets or you just like you don't
Cringy.
regret doing it at the time. You think it's great, but then you look back and you're like, oh my
Did
god,
he really do that?
yeah. But you know, that's just how it is. I'm sure everybody has those.
I would absolutely say
Look at like
yes.
Pamela Anderson. What would you do if you had like sex videos
Oh
of
my
you and
God.
your at that time husband, Tommy Lee? And that's out there for millions of, you know,
Right.
people that see my stuff is very few, you know, very, very,
Also
very, very.
true.
And so, but I mean, if you have stuff out there, you know, like Kim Kardashian, these sex tapes, but
Right.
that launched her career actually.
Supposedly, they said they purposely launched that so it would launch her career.
Well, it did, then it worked. you
So
know.
I've heard.
And then
rumor
people
has
started
it.
doing sex tapes on purpose after
Right.
that. So
I,
Paris
that's why I have
Hilton-
heard that like hers and like Paris Hilton. Some
Yeah.
of them were,
How did
were
Paris Hilton come up with one after Kim
intentionally
Kardashian came up with one?
released to yeah.
Yeah. You know who's coming out with one?
Oh God.
These two.
This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
430 National.
Great American Storage
America.
and Reno Yard.
For all your outdoor storage needs.
God bless them.
That commercial is real appropriate now. It's Inauguration Day
All
tomorrow.
right.
Yeah, actually,
America.
This episode will actually come out a couple days after Inauguration
That
Day.
is true. For all we
Yeah.
know, TikTok could be back by the time this episode is released.
I mean, really, they think it might be back, you know, by the end of the day tomorrow or the next day start
Oh,
back
wow.
up. Yeah, with this negotiation thing
Right.
and stipulations on whatever. So who knows what's going to happen with all that. But I guess at the Inauguration Day, Carrie Underwood is playing. She
yes,
got a lot
she
of
is.
fucking heat.
She's playing America the Beautiful.
Yeah, she got a lot of heat for
Yeah.
doing that,
No puppy.
which is stupid. She's playing American Beautiful, and Kid Rock was on. I was watching an interview, and
Yeah.
he says, "I just want to let because Michelle Obama's not going to the inauguration.
Well,
she doesn't really because she probably hates Trump.
well,
I'm
here's
sure.
my thing. She also didn't go to Jimmy Carter's funeral. So then
Right.
I start getting a little bit like, are we pulling like a Princess Catherine and we got some health issues that we're hiding?
Oh, I don't know. Everybody says, did you
Yeah.
know there's a big rumor around, and I didn't really know this or think about it. I don't really care that Michelle Obama's a man.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's been going
And
on
has a ween.
forever. Yeah. Since she was in.
I mean,
there's also
I
like
don't think that's true.
a
I don't
conspiracy
think
theory
so.
that that's why Joan Rivers died, is they killed her because she said that she's a man.
No.
Yes.
Oh, really?
There's
I
like a
didn't hear
whole
that.
like conspiracy on that.
Right.
That she came out on some whatever like E or something was like, well, Michelle Obama's a man, or like The View. She
Why
like
did she
public
just
said
lift
on
her
a
dress up
on
and
a
show
public
everybody?
platform, and then a week later happened to accidentally die whilst
Right.
getting lipo.
I know people
whatever
that
she
I
was
know
getting
people
done.
that tell me that really well. You know, one person.
Right.
You know her. I'll tell you. You
Yes,
know who it
yes,
is.
yes.
Yeah. That. I mean,
And
she
like,
lost a lot of friends, I guess, because she really believes that.
I
Truly
mean, it's
believes
fine
that.
if you
I
don't
don't
believe it.
me-
I don't.
I don't
think
believe
so.
that. Come on.
I don't think so.
A lot of people really
I mean, I
believe
don't-
that.
I mean, it's fine.
yeah.
Nora.
Now the dog's barking. But Kid Rock was saying, I just want to tell Michelle Obama something. If she's not coming because it's Trump, he goes, I didn't vote for Obama, but I played at his inauguration
Ah.
because I respect America and I want to celebrate
Right.
the new president.
Right.
And so, but Kid Rock, I guess, is playing at Trump's thing.
That makes sense.
Carrie
That's
Underwood.
why I'm wondering if it's a little bit if we got like a medical issue thing going on here that we don't want to go in public, because if we're missing 2 events,
Two pretty big events.
right? That's why I'm thinking
Yeah,
it's
look
like
like
a,
Obama and Trump were getting along pretty good at the other thing. They were
yeah,
laughing.
they did
I mean,
seem to be
what are you supposed
joking
to do?
around,
Yeah. You know, you say, I mean, he said some things, they said some things, and
right?
it's maybe politics will get a little cleaner in the next 4 years. I doubt
That would
it.
be lovely, but I doubt
There's
it
no-
as well.
Yeah, there's no way it will, right?
Probably not.
But they'll all be indoors, and they will all.
be warm. No.
Yeah.
And apparently safe.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
You know what? And they'll be passing around drinking a lot of this. Honey, guess what time it is?
Happy hour?
Yep, I made your favorite Juicy Tits Vodka cocktail.
Fantastic. Thanks, babe. Love you.
And I love you. And your Juicy Tits.
Go to juicytitsvodka.com to get your own bottle of Juicy Tits, where life is the party.
Last week on the podcast, it was funny because I was saying, "Oh, this guy looks like a gross." I don't know
Right.
why I say gross, but
I
kind
don't know.
of
It is a horrible description.
I think it's a great
It's
description
not,
because
when I think of gross, I think of like gross teeth, like
yeah, that's a,
like
yeah, right.
no,
yeah,
but he didn't look like that.
He looked gross to me.
No, he just looked like an older, not as attractive version.
Okay, but I was like, gross. It looked like a gross Josh Duhamel, and then Kylie's like, "What are you, a gross Matthew McConaughey?"
Right.
That was really funny,
Thank
Keeks.
you.
That was the best part of the podcast, I thought. But then our social media post, did you see what I did? I put
Yes,
the
you
clip,
did.
and then
but
next
yes.
was Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Did you? Because you said your mom was going to be mad at me because I said that. Did she have any comments? Because I called you a gross Matthew
She wanted
McConaughey.
to know at the last episode, or is it the new episode, that we talked about Matthew McConaughey?
Oh, she didn't
That's-
care that I called
no,
you gross.
No. And I said, Mom, it was the last episode. You already listened to it. She goes, oh, I must have missed it. I said, well,
Okay,
go back
great.
and listen to it. And she goes, were you talking about Matthew McConaughey? And I'm like, no, Kylie was commenting that I was a gross Matthew McConaughey. And she's like, well, why would she say that?
Oh.
And I said, well, it was a joke. So go back and listen
So
to
your
it.
mom does not listen to me, similar to you don't listen to me.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
But
just hears your
I
words
said-
and not mine.
Yeah, and I said, go back and listen to it, and you'll
Why
love
would she
it.
say that?
But she was all excited. Oh, you're talking about Matthew
Oh,
McConaughey.
she likes the
I
Matthew
go, we didn't even talk
McConaughey
about
then.
Matthew
We
McConaughey
did
at
not.
all. Yeah, it was
Nope.
just one little
One little V, and
one
she
little
got all
rip.
excited.
It was one little rip. That's how Matthew McConaughey sparks a podcast.
Apparently.
Just by his name. We're also going to have, and it's all set up, Lauren from Juicy Tits.
Yes.
February 12th, we will have her. And next week, actually, we're going to have Mom on.
We are.
If we work it out with the schedule, but yeah, we're
Where I was
supposed to
going
have
to
it
say
on.
you're throwing our schedule into a bind next week.
No, because
You're
we'll
not?
probably end up doing it Friday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do I have plans Friday?
No.
Yeah, I think I do. Oh, I have to go to the vet in the afternoon.
Right after that, we're podcasting. As soon as we get back. Cancel the vet. Ben's
Not
the vet.
canceling the vet.
I cancel the vet.
Nora's got talons.
What's that?
Nora has talons.
Oh, but anyway, we're actually going to have Mom on this week, but it just didn't work out with our schedule-wise or her. And she always goes, what are we going to talk about? We one of the best things to talk about ever. Let's just call it Breadgate.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I was like,
don't even mention it.
I won't. I
my
can't.
mom knows what it is, but I want to get my
I've
mom. I got to get
so
my dad
many-
on to talk about this.
I
This is one of the
don't
funniest things
we're-
ever.
Stay tuned because it's
Yeah.
just like
When they're on, it's gonna be.
it's
it might
gonna be like a 2020 special, or like Dateline, like what happened,
yeah,
and
And
we'll
it's-
never know the truth.
and it's a bizarro world.
Right.
It's only my mom and dad could come up with this.
Correct. It doesn't. I'm far too logical for this to make sense for me. So tune in next week.
We're still kind of getting over Christmas, dear, because
We
we
still
haven't
haven't
taken
cleaned
our
up
fucking
Christmas.
I took down the Christmas tree stuff, but not
The
the, tree.
ornaments. You took down the ornaments.
We got our fucking stockings up.
Oh my God, we got everything.
It looks like Winter Wonderland
Well,
out there.
part of it is I don't want to walk outside in the cold to the shed, which is all of like 20 feet.
Well, it was warm for 2 days. Now
I
it's gonna
know,
be fucking cold again.
and get the stuff out of the shed, and then bring it back to the shed, which is stupid. But I just don't want to go outside.
Why
It's the
don't
sad thing.
I go out there and get the boxes for you and bring them in. and then
I
you
know.
pack
It will
'em up.
literally probably take me
Today-
like 30 minutes
yeah,
to do it, but I
today-
just
Today we
lazy,
need
I
to do that.
guess.
Did you notice I did take the Christmas lights down outside? You didn't even.
I
notice.
didn't notice. You told me you did though.
Right. I have to tell you for you to notice
I
anything
know.
I do.
I'm not a very observant person. And
Right.
right. Sorry.
Right. I have to remind Kylie to look at me. Like, hey,
No,
look at me.
That's
See what
not
I'm
true.
doing.
that's not true at all.
It kind of is true.
It's not true at all. And you're always around making noises.
Yeah. That's true. Even today, you're talking to your sister on the phone.
In the bedroom.
I go in there and you start saying, "My sister heard you." I said,
Yeah,
"Heard me
you're
what?"
singing in the family room.
I don't remember singing
You
at
were
all.
like loudly belted something
Oh,
out.
Well, when you got a voice like mine, you belt
And
things
she's
out.
like, "Was that Eric?" And I'm like, "Yeah, in the other room." And she's like, "Oh my God, I heard that." Like, this is my life.
"Did she say I sounded good?"
She couldn't tell what was happening.
I don't know. I belted. I go
You
into
belted
song.
something out.
a
Yeah,
lot of
I couldn't
times,
tell
yeah.
what you were singing,
Yeah.
but you belted something,
Yeah.
and she heard you.
I'm getting in the mode. Because I was one thing I've been doing is a ton of auditions. You've
Oh
been
my God,
helping
I
me with them. I
know.
got 3 or 4 more to do. It's
Ugh.
crazy in the acting world. I can do, 4 or 5 auditions a week, and you're
That's
lucky if you get one or none.
right.
None usually.
I
That's
really
just
need you
kinda
to
how it
hit
works
something
out.
big because I need like how you have like a push present, like when you have a baby.
I will
need,
give
like,
you that.
I need like
I agree with that.
I like
agree.
I got a big job. Here's a push present, like
Right.
a reader present.
Right. You deserve that, actually. Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah. It's kind of a lot. Well, Kylie knows. No one knows. It's a lot of work for like nothing.
Oh my God, it's so true.
And so you have to really like acting and stuff to do
It's
it.
true.
But it gets old. Like I saw those auditions.
I
I'm like,
know.
all you do is want auditions and you see them. But
You're like, damn it.
if you get like one, you're okay. But when you get 2 or
I know
3,
you have
they're
like
all
3
kind
right
of
now or something.
3 or 4 actually.
And you had like 3 last week.
Yeah, that are due at the same
Fine.
time.
That's
so
what sucks when they're due at the same time.
yeah, so we
And then
gotta-
I also feel bad for you and all the other because it's like you don't really have time to mentally like get in the space for that audition because you've got like 3 behind it that you've
Mhm.
got to like. So you're like, let's just bust them out because they're all due in
Yeah,
a day,
That's probably why they all suck. you
right?
know?
Because
Yeah.
you're like not all there because you don't have the time.
If
or
I get 3 out of 4, usually one
bandwidth.
will be I go, oh, that's great, and the other 3 I'm like,
you have
just
to
send
pick
them.
like the
Just
one that
send
you want to
them.
focus on the most.
Well, no, just one I'll do something. We're like, oh, that was really good, and the other ones I'm like, just send them because I'm done. I can't. My brain's fried.
I know you had a big acting weekend
Oh, I know. I did. We did a
showcase.
showcase with a bunch of for casting directors and industry people were there, and so we all put up scenes. I killed my scene. That was really good. I thought. Yeah, when I do a good one.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does feel really good. It's like if you feel like all the work I've been putting in is kind of paying off.
I know that's
When
kinda
you get the
nice.
accolades and people say, "Man, that was really good," or people say, "God, every time we put that scene up, I cry," or
Oh,
I laugh or whatever. So that part makes you feel real good, and you hear that from your
Pierce.
compadres or whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
But yes, that feels kind of nice. And then the next day, this casting director who casts a lot of big stuff in LA came up and did a workshop. So if you did the showcase, you did the workshop the next day from 10 to 5:30, I guess, even though I had to leave at 4:30.
Right.
And so anyway, yeah, so he came up and did a lot of stuff. And he gave stories of actors just like us that are huge names now that he says, man, we had to kick them out of the room because they were so nervous and tell them to run around the studio and
I
then
know
come
that's
back
nice
in.
to
And
hear that it's
the only good thing is he made it really feel like like the casting directors and stuff who cast people, they're really on the actors' side because they're.
I know that's
they're-
nice to know.
Most of them are former actors themselves,
Right.
and just didn't want to do it anymore, or they've.
I
or
want to
they've-
put that pen down.
Is it bleeding again?
Yeah,
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah, look at it on the table. God dang it. That's why this pen. I got to throw this pen away and put a different one over. I gotta,
Please do, because it's everywhere.
Is it really?
On your hand, on the table.
Okay. Let me
Anywho,
ta- I'm finishing my
sorry.
story and I
I'm sorry.
can't
All I
figure
was
out
getting
what I'm-
distracted by the ink everywhere.
Ink like spraying everywhere. Look at Nora's trying to eat the remote control. But yeah, so he would talk. So and he would talk about actors come in that are really good actors, like Ryan Reynolds, a good example. And he couldn't cast him for anything, but the guy always did a pretty good job, and he wanted to put him in something. So he came in, did like 10 auditions, couldn't cast him. He finally cast him, and then he saw him years later when Ryan Reynolds was in a big movie, and they kind of got to talking, and he was like, "Oh, you remember me?" and stuff like that. And Ryan Reynolds, "Oh, I thought you hated me." He goes, "No, I
Right.
loved you. I just couldn't place you in
I
anything.
just wanted
Like
to.
you weren't right for the." He would say you're right for the role, and the director or whatever, so they say they're
Right.
not right for the role. So you can be the best actor in the world, and you don't got the right look or whatever.
I know that's the
Yeah.
crappy thing.
Yeah.
You have to have some little spark that the director
Yeah.
loves.
And then he was talking about Jason Momoa being a young man that booked a series and being so nervous he was horrible.
Almost didn't get the role.
Yeah, but he had the right look, and they said they really wanted him to do it right. Because once you book a role, you're not as nervous when you go do it. Is
I
when
could see
you're
that.
auditioning, you're way nervous. When you go book the role, you go, I got it. They want
Yeah.
me. I'm here. I'm ready to go, and you're well prepared. That kind of thing. But yeah, another one. He did Johnny Depp. 21
Yes.
Jump Street, and he said Johnny Depp just came in calm, cool, no nerves, and did it so different than anybody else. They're just like, wow, this guy is, he said in his word, this guy's weird.
Well,
But-
I mean,
Yeah, but he goes, even as a young man, he was weird.
so I know
Yeah.
that you were telling me this story yesterday. And I'm like, oh, so he's just generally weird.
Yeah, and
Like that's just him.
yeah,
Like
he
his
says,
whole life.
He says most actors are in a box and do their lines and do the objective and do this and break it down. She goes, Johnny Depp is kind of like, instead of being in the box, he's in like Jello, and he
Oh.
moves the script around and does his own thing and puts his own little touch.
I just think of
And then-
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's a good example. Half of that stuff he'd probably just did on his own
Yeah.
because he was so into the character
They were like,
and whatnot.
Right.
And then they said, that was weird. Can you do it a little bit this way? And then he would do it a little bit his way and a little bit their way. And then you do it this way. And they're like, oh my God, this guy can do anything. And so let's keep it up. And so that was pretty interesting. But anyway, that was good with the casting director and stuff. Maybe they'll remember you and
Hopefully,
call you in
yeah.
the room or something for a what do you call it? An audition.
right, a trial.
Yeah. Trial. But one thing, he didn't meet anybody that sounded like this.
You sound so good.
With this nasally old voice,
Yes, but it's so clean.
that's why we use Fibonacci Sound Studio, located in Reno, Nevada, led by an Emmy-nominated audio producer.
Fibonacci specializes in voiceovers and voice recordings for games, television, and film production.
So you're saying, if Fibonacci can make my nasally voice sound this good,
Then anybody else's will sound like music to your ears.
for more information or to book an audio session, go to FibonacciSoundStudio.com.
Or call 775-357-8580.
Except he did meet somebody with a voice like that. He met you.
Right. Nasally old voice like this, yeah. But anyway, yeah, when we did we had to go up and do scenes and just like cold reads with a script in our hand, and I felt I did pretty good.
That's wonderful.
But then it's weird. You see, they had some teenagers in there, about 4 teenagers, about 15, 17, 18 years
Oh,
old
okay.
maybe. And, so 2 17-year-old girls put up a scene. It was fantastic. And I was like,
Is
was
that
like
just you like enjoying youth and like
I think so, part of it. And it's just like, oh my God, there's such good actors. You can be equally as good an actor at 15 as you can 17. Some people just have this natural ability and some
Right.
people don't, and you have to work at it, But don't get me wrong. When people say they go on TV, oh, this guy looked at me down the street, now I'm a movie star. It doesn't work that way.
no
Ever.
Well, TikTok kind of did that to some people. It didn't make him a movie star; it made him a one-hit wonder.
A one-hit wonder, yeah. That's TikTok. See, TikTok makes movie stars.
Damn it, TikTok!
Yeah. Bring them back.
Wow, just better get on TikTok when it comes back then.
Yeah. And then last night we went to a swim dinner with some swim friends. All my peeps I swim with, and it was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, did you have a good time, dear?
I did.
Played
Oop.
a game with quarters, but it wasn't a drinking quarters game.
No, it's called left, right, center,
Oh, is it really? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
and you can play it with whatever. Like you can pay it with like dollar bills, $20 bills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so you get to pass a quarter to the left, pass a quarter to the right, or throw it in the pot. in the center.
Funnily, yes, I've learned about this game only because I listened to Jeff Lewis, and they play it at like family Thanksgiving and stuff. But they play
Oh.
with like money.
Like 20s or
Yeah,
ones?
they do like levels. They'll start with like ones, and then they bump it up,
Right.
and then whoever wins the pot can get like hundreds of dollars.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. I enjoy that game. Can you just buy the dice?
I
like
believe
that?
so. Yeah,
Can you just play with it?
Yeah.
Just buy dice.
yeah.
There's
You have to wait to buy those dice, but yeah.
There's no cards that go with it
Yeah.
or anything like that. Oh, okay. Well, left, right.
Yeah, it was fun.
Center.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had a good time. It's fun stealing money from people and giving it back.
Yeah, that way you like never win. I feel like you could play that game for hours and not win.
Right.
The
We
stealing
figured out a way to wind it
I
down.
think that's how most people play is the not stealing way, because the games are quicker.
Oh, I see. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Life with Eric podcast is brought to you by Petrilla Concrete Construction and Michael Weems Collection in Palm Springs on Palm Canyon Drive. You can get your stuff from him at
MichaelWeems.com.
and he had a funny post today.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, I didn't
It
see it.
said something like not nude photo shoot, something nude. I can't
It
remember.
probably was nude
It was
photo
something,
shoots.
yeah. It was something just
He's back to his funnies.
yeah, he's back to he's off of the political and the fire thing. He's back to his funny stuff, but I thought it was good. If you like this podcast, raise a 5, share us with a friend, push that copy and share button and share the Apple Podcast or Spotify. It really helps us out a lot. And our podcast, we've been doing a little bit better lately, getting more
I like it.
listens. And we had a guy from The Bachelorette on, but weirdly, we got a good listens from Guy from The Bachelorette, but then the following week, last week, was really good.
Okay, great.
So people and a lot of comments and
Is it
stuff.
like a
and
sugar baby?
the sugar babies, yeah.
You know, it's really funny.
my mom was
is-
like, "Why'd you call?" I just talked to my mom before we came on. She, "Why'd you call it that?" But
She
now,
listened to any
no,
of
she
it.
goes, "Now I know.
Oh,
After
okay.
listening to it, I know why you called it. Because sugar babies are people that get sugar daddies.
Oh, she didn't know that.
No, we educate our audience.
Funnily enough, yesterday just had the TV on and I had Lifetime on.
Yeah,
And they had a whole movie about like, I don't know if it was called Sugar Daddy or Sugar Baby, one of the two. And I was like, well, this is weird.
what we're on the cutting. I told
I
you we're on the
know.
cutting edge of shit. That's how we know.
It's
all this
right
stuff.
there.
We are on the cutting edge. Anyway, dear, it's about that time.
Oh, good. I think Nora's done.
Nora's done. Last call. Sorry, babe. Who we cheers today?
I think we should cheers to JD and Cherry for having us over for a lovely dinner last night.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they listen or not, but maybe
That's fine.
maybe I'll tell them, hey, we could put a cheers to you at the end of our podcast. So
for the,
thanks for the hospitality
swim den
and the meat,
and the meat.
Meat-orama, they were calling it.
Was it Meat-orama or
well,
something else?
Meat-a-palooza or
There you go. I
something
think
like
it was
that.
like that.
Yeah, the guys had all kinds of different names
right.
for me.
The meat.
And then I was like, are we gonna get the meat sweats? By the way, the steaks were real good.
It was very delicious. Yes, and
I
you
thought it
liked the pork belly bites.
Oh, those crispy pork belly
Yes,
bites in
you
the
d-
side. He
yep.
was trying to tell me how to make them. I'm like, you're kind of wasting your time.
I'm
You ever
never
talk
gonna
to
make them.
Kylie
Right.
to make these things.
Correct.
I would like to make those. They're
Okay.
kind of like the little wieners, but they taste better because they're pork.
Right.
Like bacon, man.
It is like
like
bacon.
crispy bacon.
Right.
Shit's good.
Dreaming about it.
Yeah, it was. And you know what? There was a bunch left, and I noticed after dinner people were starting eating them again.
Do you want to? Webster's eating them. They said he was his dessert.
Oh, he had to have protein for his dessert.
I was laughing. I was like, it makes sense.
Oh my God. To mention this, the dessert was so
oh my!
fabulous.
You keep talking about
I
the
was-
dessert.
So my birthday was a few weeks ago, and
or a week ago.
a week ago, and I love banana stuff, and so I was like, oh, hey mom, maybe you should make that vanilla wafer with the pudding and the vanilla wafers and the bananas, and a
Whipped
lot of times
cream
there's
with
whipped
it.
cream on
Yeah.
top. Everything Kylie hates.
Oh, that's
in
the
a
whole
dessert.
thing of everything I hate.
And they brought a dessert, basically that, but they used Biscoff cookies instead
And
of
like a
that,
caramel,
and
I
like
believe.
a caramel in there, and everything else was the same, and it was phenomenal. It was to die for. I thought it was really good.
Well, now
So-
we got a new recipe.
Now I'm hungry, dear.
Oh boy.
I'm hungry.
Okay, let's
You
go eat.
hungry? You don't want me to do that.
No, I don't.
No. Subscribe or follow us on wherever you get this podcast, or just go to our website at lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into my life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Love you, baby.
Love you.
Wow.